Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is your daily go-getterism number 551 for April 6, 2016. Tonight I want to talk to y'all about living arrangements and how we pay those bills. So we're going to call this, I pay the rent, you pay the utilities and the food. Sometimes that's the way the living arrangement has to go if the money is set up that way. Like, it's a little different when a man and a woman are staying together in a romantic situation. A lot of times a man will want to pay most of the bills because that's the way he was brought up, or that's the way he thinks that things should be. And a lot of times he'll ask to do that or obligate himself to do that even if he's not making that much money. It could be a little bit because he's insecure or whatever, or he just thinks that the traditional way is the way to be. And there is a little bit of insecurity wrapped up in the traditional way, because if a man and a woman are together, especially if y'all get married, y'all are one. You know, when the bitter end comes, you know that everything goes in half. So it doesn't matter who makes more than whoever. Whoever makes more is going to be the one that has to pay the spousal support. So check this out. In this situation, we're talking about rent or mortgage situation where it's not a romantic situation. You know, maybe you're just sharing living space. Maybe you took in a boarder for your crib so you can make ends meet or save a little bit of money or help somebody out or something like that. So it might be a situation where you feel like, okay, I should pay my own mortgage or I should pay my own rent. But if you're going to be staying here, you're going to be staying here with your kids and all of that, and y'all need time to get on your feet. What I need y'all to do is I need y'all to pay the utilities. Now, it might balance out, and sometimes it might not balance out. Maybe the mortgage or the rent is higher than the utilities are. Or maybe it could be that the utilities during certain times of the year are more expensive than the rent or the mortgage may be. Now, let's say that you're paying the average rent right now for maybe a 2-bedroom or even a 3-bedroom, you're looking at paying at least like somewhere between $700 and $1,000 or more. So if you're paying, let's get it closer to a stack. You're paying $900. Let's say you have a 3-bedroom apartment or a 3-bedroom house, and you're paying $900, maybe even a stack, $1,000. And so if you have a friend or a sister or a cousin or whatever, and they come to live with you while they just went through a breakup or a divorce or a relocation or something, and they're going to be staying with you for a while, and they're working or they have the means to be able to pay to pay their own way or hold their own weight, however you choose to term it. So they're going to pay the utilities. Now, you know, in the wintertime, if you have gas heat, especially if you have gas hot air heat, it's going to cost you a lot. Especially in the past like 5-6 years, because y'all know that the gas prices have been extremely high ever since, well, before 2015 when they finally started dropping. So in a fairly decent living space for gas hot air, you're looking at paying $200 or $300 a month. So that's a lot. And then in the summertime, you may be paying almost the same thing for electric to try to cool your home. Or if you have if you have electric heat in the wintertime, that can run you exactly the same. Energy costs a lot of money. But then if you're living in a house, you also have the water bill to pay. You also have, gas, water, electric, and you may want cable. Now that's one of the sticky areas that really divide people, because when you start talking about paying the cable, you know, nobody likes to pay a cable bill. That's one of the most heinous bills that you can have, because it's never really right. It's never the same every month. You know, people might be ordering pay-per-view and, you know, premium channels that you don't even watch. You may be paying for them, and if you cut some of those services, then if you're the one paying the cable and you're supposed to be paying the utilities anyway, and you're looking at that as a utility, then people are feeling like, oh, you're trying to save money on your half, but meanwhile I'm paying this rent, I'm paying $1,000, and I'm not saving no money but you want to save money on your side. I can't blame you for saving money, but you undercutting. You might feel like that. And the food thing, if you're paying for the food in the house, ooh, yeah. Now, more than likely, if you're paying for somebody's food, more than likely you're receiving food stamps. Because I can't think of another scenario where somebody would offer to pay for the food coming into the crib unless there's some food stamps going on. So if you are sharing a living space with somebody and you agree to pay for the food that's coming into the house, I can't think of another scenario where you don't have food stamps, but you would agree to do that. You ain't trying to do that. So that's where that's one of the areas where it really gets sticky, because say you get $500-600 a month in food stamps. Plus you paying the cable, the gas, the electric, possibly the water. You might be getting close to that stack yourself. That $1,000. You might be getting close to that. Maybe you don't want to get that close. You know, maybe you're trying to get yourself together to be able to move in a little while. A year or so. Whatever. You know? So you have to make sure that you and whoever you're living with are on the same page. Because if you're not, it always gets sticky. And I hate to say it, ladies, but when women move together, they very rarely are able to keep it together without a whole lot of craziness. It's true. Men don't normally seek situations where they have to have a roommate. Unless it's a woman. Because men, you know, they might get to fighting or whatever, or they'll get to arguing over, you know, maybe somebody's girlfriend is spending too much time at the house and she ain't paying no bills, and she eating up food, and she got her kids coming over and they eating up food and they running up bills, and it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot to that. But you got the food stamps popping. You know what I'm saying? You might have a little bit of leverage. But the thing is that $600, $500, $600, $700. Some people get $800 in food stamps. You got enough kids. It's crazy. They don't give you no money on welfare, but they give you some food stamps. Now the thing about it is, if you're getting that much money in food stamps, that more than likely means that you're low income. So you may not be able to pay that gas bill or the electric bill or the cable bill or anything like that. But y'all need to have that established in the beginning, so y'all don't be bumping heads. Because one side is always going to feel like they're doing more than the other side. So you want to hear things like, well, yeah, alright, yeah, I was a little late on the gas bill or whatever, or I came up a little short on the electric bill, but you wasn't saying that when, you know, when I come in here on them Fridays with them crab legs and them shrimp and them scallops that you like, lobster tails and all of that, we cooking up seafood stew and shrimp scampi and all of that, you wasn't saying nothing then. It's not an easy situation no matter how you cut it. So that's why it's a good idea to determine exactly how y'all want that living arrangement to be ahead of time before y'all start bumping heads. And not just have the living arrangement established, but have the time of the living arrangement established. Like if you're going to be here for 90 days, then let it just be that. Don't let it be 120 days. Don't let it get negotiated, you know, for more days than you can stand, because that's when it gets crazy. So when 60 days turns into 90 days, and 90 days turns into 120 days, 120 days turns into 150 days, and 150 days turns into 180, and you know, you're talking about 180 days, that's 6 months. You know what I mean? So, you know, then you get to 210 and 240 and 270 and 300. 10 months. It's up to you. Make sure that you get the living arrangement established, whether it's the rent and food stamps or the food stamps, whatever. However it goes, however y'all decide how the financial part of the living space is going to be broken down, Make sure that y'all get that nailed down from the beginning and y'all respect that. And also respect each other. You know, one of the things that can happen when you're living with somebody, if somebody moves in and they have kids, you know, kids get the break and shit. It's just the truth. They do. Kids going, because they, you know, they young and energetic. They slam doors. They get rough on doors. They get rough on doors, man. You know, say what you want, but yeah, you go into a lot of homes with their kids, multiple kids. You look at the doorknob. Look at the door situation. It gets ill. I did a video on that before. I will get into that later. But I'll holler at y'all later. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, any living arrangement that you set up, make sure that y'all have the length of time that the person is going to be staying with you. Make sure y'all have that nailed down. And make sure that you also have exactly the way the payment arrangement, the financial arrangement is going to go. And stick by it. If you feel like it's not working out right, then come back to the table and renegotiate it. But other than that, don't just start trying to go off the rails and do what you think that you should do all in the middle, because all y'all gonna do is be arguing and fighting and all of that. Somebody gonna get kicked out, locks gonna get changed, people gonna get taken to court, all kinds of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? How's y'all? Yo, don't forget about the Mind Right and Body Better Fitness program this Saturday, the 8th. Nah, that's gonna be the 9th. April 9th. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, McVeigh Recreation Center, 400 East Ontario Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So, the Jersey area, the suburb area, the Delaware area, the Maryland area, whatever. Man, come on through. The thing's hot. We get it in. This is the, what we're watching here is the Take the Fall event. It's now the spring cleaning event because it's springtime, you know what I mean? I'll get with y'all later. Y'all have a good night. UrbanTherapyWithSun.com. Go to the website.